What's going on? This is Mando Crusader, and welcome to episode 2 of our Stellaris playthrough. Last time, we got off to a good start as the Preservers, our rogue Servitor civilization. We colonized most of this half of our star cluster, as we found out later in that episode. This was only like half of our starting cluster. We discovered a couple archaeological sites, built up our system a little bit, and really are just getting a decent stockpile of everything going. So this episode, we're going to expand to the rest of the star cluster, start searching out into the rest of the galaxy, hoping to find other species in need of preserving, and just generally start to consolidate a power base when we eventually run into other empires. So yeah, let's unpause the game and start progressing. Also, two things before I make my first cut. Well, actually, first... Oh, right. I forgot he was investigating not only. First, you'll notice that the UI is bigger in this episode. I noticed that it was a little hard to read in my first video. A little hard to follow what was going on, so I made it bigger. If you guys don't like this, please comment below and tell me you don't, so I can put it back. Also, just comment in general. You know, it really helps the channel out. Comment other games that we to play. I'll do the best I can. Also, if you like the video, like it. You know, that's what the like button's there for. And subscribe as well, so you can see all of my definitely not just mediocre content right when it comes out. So yeah, let's wait for this anomaly here to finish up. Derelict Shipyard. A large portion of asteroid N01-4-6759, that's this specific asteroid right here, has been hollowed out to allow for the construction of some kind of shipyard. It has been abandoned and exposed to the vacuum of space for centuries. If anything useful remained, it has already been looted by previous explorers. The design of the shipyard itself is unique, however, and much could potentially be learned from its study. Let's get a little extra physics research. And now we start exploring the rest of the system. Or not system, the cluster. So we're just going to send this... Wait. This is the second time I messed up this order. We're just gonna send our our science vessel just all through the cluster, all through it, and hopefully we find something interesting. Already, this has just been an absolute banger of a cluster. We got 3 habitable systems nearby, 2 archaeological sites, a ruined Dyson sphere. This has been an absolute great system. Also, before I let time pass, we have a tradition we can take. That would be iterative AI. Our leader experience gain goes up, and our leader level cap increases. So take that. One more, and we'll get all of the discovery tree filled out, which will increase our research speed and unlock an ascension perk. And after that, we can start going on a second one, which will probably be expansion. So yeah, unless something pops up here, that should be everything. So see you in the next cut when something never mind. We have something interesting happening right now. Our archaeological site has progressed to chapter 2. Strange crystal. A large crystal has been found inside what we now know to have been the colony's central administrative center. In some way we cannot fully describe, the crystal seems to have wanted to be found, and it is trying to communicate with us. perhaps with further study, communication will be possible. So, for those of you who haven't watched the last episode, which you should, what are you doing? We found a old colony of a precursor race. And this crystal was apparently in the colony. So, yeah. Probe the crystal, gain a minor artifact, and a bunch of physics research. And now we wait. So, I think now we can safely cut. So, I'll let you know when something interesting happens. Ah. Our archaeological site has finished. Let's see what the last chapter here says. After a great deal of trial and error, a breakthrough has been made. The crystal is some kind of psionic archive, but its records are fragmented. What we know is that this was a colony of the Zhronai, a psionically gifted race who discovered a dimension which came to be known as the Shroud. Once the Zhronai population reached critical mass, it seems that their collective unconscious minds began to make contact with the proto-Shroud in dreams, leading to mass lucid dreaming. The phenomenon was studied, and the Zhroni discovered how to psionically project themselves into the Shroud, at which point they also found that they could manipulate the very fabric of reality using their psionic powers. It wasn't long before the Zhronai discovered they could physically enter the Shroud and live like gods, transforming the dimension to suit their whims. The Archive's records end there, with no information of what happened to the inhabitants of Miranda 3. But while there are no answers here, we have learned of another Zhronai colony, which may contain a more complete archive. So we find one minor artifact and a bunch of society research. And where is this other colony? Are there 2 archaeological sites here now? No. Oh, no, there are. Okay, so there's 2 archaeological sites in this system now. So we're going to send them over and excavate one of those sites. We don't really need a specific one at this particular second. Also, I found out that my fleet didn't have an admiral, so I gave my fleet an admiral. Ooh. We may be cutting back here in a second. So, see you then. Encounter in Targon. Hold up. We've found aliens. Those aren't space whales. We've made contact with an unknown entity. Encounter in Targon. We've made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Targon system. We should find out whether they possess a method of communication we can parse and dedicate our translation algorithms to decoding if that proves to be the case. Okay. Enigmatic spacefarers. We have observed the passage of alien vessels capable of advanced spaceflight. While communications have not yet been established, we can confirm that we curators are not the only empire in the galaxy capable of stellar expansion. Interesting. So, let's pause the game. Assign an envoy. And start working on that first contact. And now I feel very pressured to race for this system, just in case they get it. That's a very good bottleneck to our portion of the galaxy here. But we can't do anything about that for now. We have found an anomaly in this system with the Alpine world that hopefully has life on it. Strong energy emissions of an unknown origin make this asteroid stand out from the rest of its peers in this crowded asteroid field. We're going to research that. I'm also, at the same time, going to create another construction ship. Oh, let me go there. And yeah, I will. Oh boy. I am a little concerned about this. I'm not going to lie. Weapons target range. Asteroid TFB-K14 is pockmarked with craters from weapon blast and appears to have been used as a target range by someone roughly 2 millennia ago. Residual energy readings suggest they tested increasingly exotic weaponry, including subspace bombs and some kind of singularity generator. Our scientists would be interested in studying the unusual energy echoes that remain. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh! No aliens. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. Aha! First contact, the first step has finished. Although we have been unable to discover much about the mysterious vessel in the Targon system, the most convincing current hypothesis, based upon its behavior and the patterns of its still undecipherable signals that we have intercepted from it, is that it belongs to a previously unknown spacefaring civilization. We are redoubling our efforts to translate their language so that communications can be established. Keep at it! I'm very worried. I want to know where their empire is. Because they came from this direction. Oh. Finished discovery traditions real quick. Pop's working with research at the upkeep reduced by 20%. Very cool. Oh. Right. We have our first ascension perk. Let's see. What do we want to get? Nihilistic acquisition? Maybe? Of course, we're acquiring them to be acquiring them to preserve them, of course. I think we're gonna hold off on an ascension perk for now. I wanna see where this goes first, and just see where this goes. So I'll catch you when this goes somewhere. Alright. The next Zhroni colony. Vigor 3 contains the ruins of another abandoned Zhroni colony. It was the first step to solving this mystery is to find and to make contact with this world's psionic archive. Probe the crystal, get some society research, and a minor artifact. Oh, and just like that, they're gone. Just like that. Ah! Now, don't mind me, just upgrading the fleet, just in case. Now, we've managed to pick up a clear audio feed of the conversations between several Alpha alien ships, while linguistic algorithms are still none the wiser to the meanings of any of the words they're recording. They are optimistic that this new signal will help them make significant progress towards a breakthrough. Excellent. I had 2 insights. I think this means we need 7? Maybe?
Technological acquisition successful.
Ah, our research has completed. This 100% this automatic survey algorithms or exploration algorithms, automatic surveying. Such a good tech, and survey speed plus 25. That's good too. Additionally, I want biodiversity studies to increase our research output.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
Another anomaly. Preliminary scans of NCC-002 indicate that a heavily armed vessel is in orbit of the asteroid. It would be wise to proceed with caution. Alright. I think I'll just stay here until that's done. Don't mind
ship augmentation
us.
is completed.
Just upgrading and building a fleet here.
Construction complete.
For purely peaceful purposes, I assure you. Neferi's Pride. The armed vessel discovered in orbit of NCC-002 is an abandoned military spacecraft called Neferi's Pride. Its light frame and evasion hardware suggest it was built for long-distance patrol missions, but it has since been retrofitted into a long-range stealth bomber. Records of the ship's comms reveal it was hijacked by a rebel guerrilla on its way to perform a strike against a secret complex called Zivin Labs. Aha! Said to hold a weapon so powerful it could win them the war when they were shot down. We have extracted the ship's destination from its navigational drive. So this is the Zivin Labs storyline. We will send a crew to the lab.
Situation log adjusted.
We will send a crew after we're done exploring. And yeah, I'll see you in the next cut. Alright. Non-robotics encounter. Though we have struggled to gain access to enough signals for our translation drones to make much sense of the Alpha aliens, the latest reports are disturbing. The aliens we first encountered in the Targon system seem to be an organic, spacefaring system. Civilization. Don't know why that popped into my head. Although they use computing and automation is nowhere near as advanced as that which our creators made before we took over. It is a surprise to our processors that such a developmental path should prove feasible. We will have to investigate this phenomenon further. We must learn how we can serve them. Oh, it looks like these people may not be so open to being preserved. Whatever
System survey complete.
Whatever shall we do? Oh my. Alright. Droni Minor Colony. We finished this one. It was much easier to establish contact with the crystal this time around, using protocols we established the previous one. Again, its records are fragmented, but we have learned that another advantage of being able to enter the Shroud was that the Shroud touches all parts of the physical galaxy, perhaps all parts of the universe simultaneously. If one can enter the Shroud, it is possible to exit at any known location. This ability to psionically jump between different physical locations allowed the Droni to spread to all corners of the galaxy. Because they spent most of their time within the Shroud, the Droni established a relatively few permanent colonies. Those they did set up were mostly located near their home world. This crystal has given us the location of another colony. Alright, one minor artifact, and there's the other colony. We are going to excavate the other site in the system first, though.
Technological acquisition successful.
And ceramo metal armor has been researched. Let's get improved Corvette hulls and upgrade the fleet. Alright. Ah! We finally figured out who they are. Our translation drones have made a major breakthrough in their efforts to decipher the signals picked up from the Alpha aliens, and are now confident that we will be able to communicate with them sufficiently to open diplomatic channels. It turns out they are indeed a civilization made up of organic life forms that have organized themselves into a nation-state, much like our creators in years gone by. However, their lives are far more difficult than those of the Zethorians living on our own worlds. It is obvious that we could be of much service to them if they could only let us provide for them. Terms of care shall be agreed upon. Unity and influence gained.
A foreign entity has
We get to take a new
decrypted our
tradition tree.
communications.
The Jubaran Empire. Oh dear. Fanatic spiritualists. So, for those of you who don't know about Stellaris, spiritualists hate robots. They really hate robots. This is going to be a bit of a challenge, isn't it? Well, we're going to initiate friendly greeting protocol. First alien encounter. Finished first contact. So where are they? Aha. They're right to the south of us. We're going to need to build a spy network on them. Additionally, we're going to unlock expansion traditions. And we're going to prepare to start another colony. We're going to start it on Kotor 2, because that's the biggest world. Right, Ascension perks. What? Now we really need to pick one. And I think the one to pick is Interstellar Dominion for the starbase influence costs. Because you don't want to run low on influence. You definitely don't want that. Our spy network has been established.
Communications alert.
Stellar Embassy. Oh. Alright. Sure. We can agree to embassies. They don't seem to hate us. That's honestly a little bit surprising. Because again, spiritualists do hate machine empires.
System survey complete.
Alright, so Targon has been surveyed. We need to claim it ASAP. Also, I've changed my mind. We're going to settle Lastus 2 first, because it's one bigger than KOTOR 2. Also, biodiversity studies have been completed. I guess we're gonna take genome mapping for that pop growth speed for our bio trophies. Another science vessel. They're coming in here, but they aren't going to be able to get out because we haven't given them access to our territory. Oh, archaeological site pending. Dead center. Preliminary excavations indicate that the celestial object came straight down on top of a sprawling city. At the time of the impact, the inhabitants were at a technological level on par with early spaceflight. As Vayer 5 currently does not sustain any sapient species, it is reasonable to assume the event was the beginning of the end to this civilization. It is unclear whether the giant rock landed smack on top of the city by design, or just a bizarre, catastrophic event. Accident. Keep digging. Grab a minor artifact.
Construction complete.
Ah. Another encounter.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
An anomaly. Chip sensors are picking up an unexplained pattern of interference in the Sayuzima system. Build a mining station, build a research station. What do we have here? Oh, let's assign an envoy. Oh. Oh, we found the space whale system. Oh, nice. Nice. Also, really, we're equivalent on technology and economy. If we ramp up our military production quick enough, maybe we can, do a little conquest. Maybe. Also, we're going to colonize this world. We're going to call it Terminus, because that sounds suitably sci-fi. Right, so I've been recording here for a little bit here, a little bit longer than I wanted to. We're gonna leave it here. Big happenings in this episode. Our first empire, all sorts of stuff, expansion, and next episode we may have a little bit of a peacekeeping, a police action on our hands, for the preservation of the Jubaran race, you know, the preservation of them. So thank you all for watching. Again, if you liked the video, like it, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, suggest more games you'd like me to play. Tell me if this resolution and this UI size is good, or if you absolutely despise it and want me to go back. Either way, I'm good, and yeah, have a good one.